You're going to run, jump on the board and try and stick it in your glue like this.
How have you found retirement in general?
Retirement's been a real tough road. I think it is for everybody. I've had lots and lots of conversations with high-level athletes, and I think this is a period of discovering who Nile is, just existing. I've got a great life, I've got incredible people around me, and every day is a discovery just on my own self-awareness and trying to figure out who I am, what I want to do, what impact I want to leave on this earth, and for the most part just putting my mental health at the forefront of my priority, you know, and I seem to be doing a lot better, certainly in the last sort of 6 months.
There's something switched. Why do you think you're doing better in the last 6 months?
I was just brave enough and disciplined enough to go, you know, I don't actually like the person that I am when my bad behaviour's acting up, or I'm in my own little pity party and upset about I still want to be doing sport. You know, I just thought just took control of that and did the things I know that were good for my mental well-being, and just tried to give and help people and focus on what I can do and not what I've lost.
Tell me a bit more about your experiences of loneliness.
I had tons and tons of people around me, but I felt alone in the sense that I didn't really understand what was going on with me, and maybe everyone around me couldn't connect with what I was going through. To be, and particularly a male athlete, we're deemed as alpha and strong and having the answers, and we're warriors. Feeling depressed, anxious, having problems with addiction, they were really, really scary times in my life, and I certainly didn't feel the latter of all those feelings. And I think it's quite powerful for a male athlete to come out and talk about this. And in talking, I felt in the deepest, darkest moments, all I needed was someone to speak my language.
You're going to go one at a time when I say go, and then you walk to the back of the queue. Do we understand?
I was certainly one of those people that didn't necessarily believe in what mental health was and depression. You know, I was a positive, outgoing guy and a successful guy, and I thought you could self-talk your way into a positive life. You know, when depression slapped me in the face, obviously that isn't the case, and it is a scary, lonely period.
With mental health, it's always, you don't cure it, it's an ongoing thing that you work on. What are you finding at the moment works for you?
First and foremost, moving your body, man, exercise. You know, it's slightly different. Exercise used to be my job, so I've had to really change my relationship to exercising, retiring, and you know, now like I run, I play golf, I do jiu-jitsu, I lift weights, and we've talked about just having conversations with people. Meditation's been a game changer for me, just trying to sit and be present.
You obviously had a really bad neck injury. What effect can that have on an athlete?
That takes its toll mentally for sure, and certainly my neck injury, it did lead to end my career. But I think it also changed who I was as a physical athlete. You know, I realised how much I underpinned my definition of myself on my physical capabilities. You know, if things were great in the gym and I was winning gold medals, brilliant. If I was injured or things weren't going so great, then I would just crash down to the ground, and I really had to readjust that in retirement.
You've spoken quite openly about drinking and gambling as well.
Mm-hmm.
When you look back now on your relationship with them, is it almost like looking at a different person?
I've learned the hard way that mental health and addiction are very, very closely aligned. They're best pals, and unfortunately we start to use these things like alcohol and gambling to escape our own feelings. I've done lots and lots of things that I'm not proud of, but in those moments I was just desperate, and desperate for help, in self-destruct mode. I look back on that, and having come through everything, just now my power is self-awareness.
To anyone out there who's struggling, who doesn't know what they're going through, is feeling a bit different, what would you say to them? You're
going to get through this. It's going to be all right. You can do it. You know what I mean? I've done it. Lots of other people have done it. And talking is the first place to start, I think. You know, one day at a time, and you got this.
Obviously, we're in the Olympic year.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people who are in, I know yours happened in the Commonwealth, but there's going to be a lot of people who are going to become famous overnight.
Yeah.
Their lives are going to change, their following's going to go up, they're going to get paid more.
Yeah.
It happened to you, and I think it did change your life.
Sure.
What advice would you give any young athlete who that's about to happen to?
We're going to see performances that just blow everyone's minds, you know, but why in the mix of all that would you talk about what comes after? You don't want to, it's just too exciting. I think my book and what I want to talk about is that there is an after. I didn't think it was there, I didn't believe it was there. That there is an after, and the likelihood is you're going to experience a little crash. My advice, not necessarily my advice more than a statement, is just for everyone to remember you're more than your sport.